I hope you all enjoyed that introduction to this new Let's Play of Thief Gold with your host and Validation X145. This is a brand new Let's Play that I am doing, and I think the title itself is pretty self-explanatory. But of course, I'm going to do some explaining anyway. Although the story could probably do that itself pretty well. The essence of balance is detachment. To embrace a cause, to grow fond or spiteful, is to lose one's balance. After which, no action can be trusted. Our burden is not for the dependent of spirit. Their keeper.
I was a kid. No parents, no home. Running messages and picking pockets to keep my ribs from meeting my spine. One night I saw a man. Folks just passed him by like he wasn't there. I thought he must have something valuable, so I snuck up on him and made a grab.
That's not for you.
Please, sir, I'm hungry. Don't tell the Hammers, I promise.
What is your name, boy?
Garrett.
You have talent, lad.
Let go of me, old man!
To see a keeper is not an easy thing, especially one who does not wish to be seen. We have a need for those as gifted as yourself. If you've grown tired of how you live, then follow me, and we will show you a different way.
Leave me alone!
As you wish.
I caught up with him just before he vanished into the crowd. It was the beginning of a very long education.
Alright, so with this game, there are different difficulties that I will get more in depth in as we go along. But of course, the harder it gets, the more objectives you will have, the more things that you will have to do, and the harder the game will be as a result of that. But Thief follows a bit of a different logic than most other games out there. This is the infamous game by Looking Glass Studios that introduced the stealth genre.
Welcome, young Garrett. In the nearby rooms, I will instruct you in the various skills you will need to survive. Please stay in the entrance area to each room while I explain the room's purpose. When you are ready to begin your lessons, proceed down this hallway to the first room.
So we have been taken into the school of the Keepers, an organization that we will learn more about as time goes on and the story unfolds. But of course, as with any game with a new concept, or any game nowadays in general, we need to learn a little bit about what is going on.
You must learn how to move unseen. Stay in the shadows. Avoid the light. The indicator on your screen will tell you how visible you are. Try to reach the top of the platform without being seen.
So if you look in the bottom middle, there is a little golden brown thing. That is called our light gem, more or less. I'm trying to remember the official name for it. I think that may be it, it may not be. But this is made in the Dark Engine. In my abandoned Deus Ex Let's Play, I was calling it the Gold Engine. It is actually the Dark Engine that Deus Ex uses. And this is the very same engine. And it uses light as kind of a stealth mechanic, as well as something else that we will be getting into later.
Well done. I did not see you approach.
Open this door to continue. When the door is near the center of your screen, it will light up, indicating that it is selected. To manipulate selected doors and other objects, use them.
And of course, now that we're standing in broad, well, not broad daylight, well, actually it is broad daylight, come to think of it, since we are standing in a very bright area, our gem has lit up. And as we get further and further into the darkness, our gem goes out. Let's go ahead and open this door.
Good. Proceed down this corridor for your next test.
So, as with pretty much any game that came out originally on the Dark Engine, you use things with your mouse 2 or the right mouse button rather than with E. This game actually has the very old school lean function. QE will lean you side to side, and you can actually lean as well with Alt W. I think it's actually by default Alt Shift W. And I think it's Alt S. No, I don't think there's actually a lean back
Now you must learn
function.
to move quietly. Some surfaces are louder than others when walked upon, and moving quickly makes more noise than moving slowly. Listen to your own footsteps to hear how much noise you are making. The instructor will have his back turned. You must get to the top of the platform without being heard.
And this is another mechanic of the Dark Engine. Sound. And this is perhaps one of the biggest disappointments that people had with the newest Thief game. The one that came out in 2013, I believe? Because the sound in that game was so messed up, and it is such a crucial part of stealthing and being a thief, because you need to listen for everything, and people can hear you as well.
Very good. I did not hear you traverse the room.
Beyond this door is a hallway that will lead you to your next task.
One thing I should say, I'm currently playing Thief Gold with the latest TFix version. That is I'm not sure if it's made by the developers or by the fan base, but it's basically an unofficial patch that updates the visuals a little bit. Not to the point where it looks different, but updates the visuals a little bit and lets all the cutscenes and game function as though it were all one format, so I can actually record everything with just one program and not have to enter the videos separately. And it also allows for, I believe, higher resolution support, as well as 16:9 widescreen, and a whole bunch of other stuff that you couldn't do with the original Thief.
Now get your weapons. To pick up objects, select them by centering them on screen until they light up. Then use them. Choose your weapon now. Try readying your sword, and then your bow. You can always put them away again if you need your hands free. Now let's go out to the courtyard for some target practice. Ready your bow. Knock an arrow and draw back the string by holding down the attack button. Make sure you draw all the way back, or your shot will not have full power. Take aim, and when you are ready to shoot, release your attack. See if you can hit one of these targets.
Ugh, that was bad. I am a little sick currently, so there may be sudden spots where I'm being silent when there's not narration going on. That's me coughing, more than likely. So here we have two weapons that we can use. We have a sword and a bow. So we can go ahead and just practice a little bit. If you weren't paying attention to the narration going on, or if
Good
I was
shot.
talking over
Keep
it.
practicing if you wish. When you are ready to proceed, approach the training dummy and ready your sword.
Pretty good shooting, if I say so myself. Almost couldn't do that better with a rifle. Now the thing with these weapons is we are actually not going to be utilizing them that much throughout the game, especially since I am planning to play most of the levels on the expert difficulty. And for you Thief veterans out there, you know what that entails. Getting back on the topic of me being sick, any points where the narration is not going and I'm being quiet, and I suddenly go quiet and there's no reason for me to be quiet, I may be coughing and I just cut that out because you guys don't need to hear me coughing into my microphone and have your eardrums
Swing at the target
blasted.
with the attack button. A quick tap will give you a slash. Move the tip of your sword to the left of the target for a left slash, and to the right of the target for a right slash. Hold the attack button down, then release for an overhead swing. Try both slashes and the overhead swing on the practice dummy. Good job. You're ready for a live opponent. To practice against your partner, enter the cobbled sparring area.
Alright, so one of the things that this game features is combat. More realistic than a lot of other games that come out. Alright, so one of the things it doesn't cover is that we can block.
Fall over! Well done. Keep sparring if you wish. When you are done, leave the sparring area.
Alright, I think
That's
you guys
enough
got the
sparring
point.
for today. Please walk over to the table.
So yeah, sword fighting is a thing in this game. You can have block set to a separate button. I don't know if the keeper that we're hearing covered that or not, but you can also bind a key that actually does your jump and block on the same button. I prefer that layout. It's just one less button to hit.
Would you care for some refreshment before we move on, young Garrett? Please pick up all of the items on this table.
Got an apple, a key, and some sort of brew. Possibly a potion.
Cycle through your inventory to see the objects you have in your pockets. Once an object is displayed, you may use it. Have something to eat if you wish. Then you may proceed. The next test is waiting on the other side of the metal door.
So one of the things we have in this game is a compass. North is the red button, or the little red arrow. And other than that, that's about it. So with the controls in this game, it's a little bit weird. It does use the standard WASD mouse to look around kind of stuff, but there are some button schemes that wouldn't necessarily make sense first time around. And I unfortunately missed something back here. I'll see if I can get that later and show it off in a separate piece. But there's actually an Easter egg back there. So anyway, we can talk more about that later. So yeah, with the combat, despite the huge emphasis that it put on the combat in this training, we are actually not going to be using
The door
that
is
much.
locked, but the key from the table will open it. To unlock the door, select the key in your inventory. Center the door on screen until it lights up. Then use the key on the door.
And this is quite an in-depth tutorial. We are actually not going to be seeing combat featured much in this game, just because of how the game works, especially on Expert. Now, something else we can do is unlock doors with keys we find.
Good. Now head down this hallway to get to your next test.
This game is very much a thief game. You find keys to unlock stuff. You can't really lockpick in this game. I don't think that was really introduced until Thief 2. But nonetheless, you sneak around, you steal stuff. Best part of it. A first-person looting simulator. And you really don't want to get stuck in combat because you, despite how much detail they put into the combat, you actually aren't that good of a fighter. You cannot take hits, especially on the higher difficulties. You will pretty much get two-shotted by anything.
Now you will learn new movement skills. First, climb the rope by jumping onto it.
Yeah, first let's take a look. Take a quick look around. I am walking a bit slow. That is not the default speed. The default is running, which is a little bit faster. But if you listen to, let's go back in here. If you listen to the walking, this is pretty loud. If I jump, if I walk normally, I crouch down. If I slow walk. This isn't the best example because tile pretty much produces the same amount of noise no matter what walking speed you're at.
Move while looking up or down to climb up or down the rope. Turn to change your facing. If you jump again, you will release the rope. Now climb the rope to get to the top of the platform. Well done. Run and jump across the gap to the other side of the stream.
I'm sure he'll give you a tutorial if you fall down in the water, but that's okay. So yeah, here you can hear the difference definitely. One of the big features of the Dark engine is the difference in sound, just how much detail they put into the sound in this game. So crouch walking gives you a really, really minimized sound production. Crouch running, kind of the same deal, just a little bit louder. Same deal here, and of course flat out running, other than landing from a jump.
Good jump.
Is the loudest thing you'll hear.
This obstacle is easy to climb if you know how. First, move close to the wall. Next, jump to grab the edge of the wall and pull yourself up. Good job. I am most pleased with your progress. You have passed the last test for today. If you wish, you may stay to practice your climbing and jumping, or swimming, ducking, leaning, or crawling. When you are finished, you may return to your chambers by going through that red door. Farewell.
And that is the last thing we will hear for instruction. That's the final thing that this game features, is vaulting. You can actually vault over obstacles that are in your path. Not just walls, either. The system is a little bit messed up. I think they improved on that in the DD fix. Because I know it makes some tweaks to the engine as well. I think it's a little bit more finicky in the original game, especially in Thief the Dark Project and not Thief Gold. And there, my voice is starting to go because I'm sick. Ruh. Okay. Now that coughing fit is over and I have a bunch of phlegm in my mouth, let's continue on. That is going to be the end of this training video, pretty much.
The keepers were training me to be one of them, but I found other uses for those skills.
Not the key we want, apparently. Now you may have noticed that little golden pot on top of the table there. You can actually go ahead and grab that, and it will be kind of your first introduction to looting. Alright, hello everyone. We are going to be doing the training again, and rushing right through it. I'm going to be skipping most of it until we get to the important part. But I just wanted to let you know that this Easter egg that I'm going to find that I missed before is not available unless you put the difficulty in the Keeper's training to Expert. So I just thought I'd let you guys know that. And we are going to continue to the training, and I'm going to see you guys at the finish line. Oh shit, I think I messed up.
On this table.
Alright, so one of the things that, basically with his Easter egg, what you need to do is go grab the key over there on the table and get back in here where the guard comes out before he can get through. Otherwise the gate will close and you cannot get in here. Now, on any other difficulty, on normal or hard, there will be a gray solid wall that shows up right here. On expert, however, we don't have that. And this is why you need the key. Welcome to the basketball court of Thief. This shows up in pretty much any game that is made by Looking Glass. This game features it both in this Thief Gold version and in the original Thief the Dark Project, as well as System Shock 2, and also Deus Ex, I believe. However, along with the basketball thing, we also have this little scroll here. Or is this a bedroll? It's a bedroll that we can read. Quotes from the Dark Team during the development of Thief the Dark Project. I could read these, but I'm not going to. I am instead just going to click through them and let you guys read by pausing the video and taking a look yourselves. And there you are. I hope you all found that very entertaining. It is one of my favorite Easter eggs I've ever found in a game. And I will see you on the other side.